With this one simple trick, I created the logo animations for filmmaker Ezra Cohen, his digital product company Ezco, plus YouTuber Jordan Orm. Do it in RGB, do it in black and white. You can pretty much do it in any color combo that you want. So just like me, you can lazily just do the same thing for every client you have. I use this trick a lot. So After Effects is open. We're going to create a new text layer and type whatever you want here. And then we will center it up using the align tool. All you have to make sure is that the color of the text is white. So next we're going to animate this. So we're going to scroll down the position toggle, go to where we want the animation to end. Then let's click the stopwatch, and that will put the first keyframe for the end of the animation. And then let's jump back to the start and move the text out of frame like this. It'll automatically create a keyframe. We're going to select the keyframes. Let's right click on them. We'll go to keyframe assistant and then choose easy ease in. So with those keyframes selected, let's open the graph editor, which is this little thing here. And you'll want to pull the handles to make a shape kind of like this. Now, to be honest, we're almost ready for the last step, adding that retro splash of color. But if you want a few variations of this style done for you, and let's be honest, who doesn't want to save a bit of time? You can pick up my title pack nostalgia. The link is in the description. But just for fun, why don't I let YouTube legend Matti Haapoja explain it to you?
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these are the highest quality motion graphic templates that you have ever seen. Over 40 titles with a retro feel, compatible with Adobe Premiere Pro and Adobe After Effects. Super easily customize the text, the font, the color, and more with the click of a button. I can confidently say there are few people on this planet that could make motion graphics like these. Grant has put so much time and effort into these, so you don't have to do all the hours of research and then going through and making these. Grant, how do you perform such wizardry? I do not know. Please teach me. I feel like I need to do some tutorials with Grant or something because he has skills that I do not.
Thank you, Matti. You heard the man. Save some time, buy it now. Let's keep going. New adjustment layer. And let's add the echo effect. This is how we're going to give our animation a stretched look. So we'll change the echo time to minus 0.004. We're going to change the number of echoes to 40. And you can bring the echo time closer to 0 to make the jagged edges less visible. And you can change the number of echoes to make the trail longer. And yes, this effect can be semi-taxing to RAM preview. So now is when this will start to slow down your playback a tad. But next, let's drag that composition into another comp. And I am going to call this new comp export, just keeping it tidy. Let's duplicate the pre-comp on the timeline 3 times. And we're going to select them all. And let's apply the effect shift channels to all 3 of them by double clicking on the effect. Rename the pre-comps to R for red, G for green, and B for buy nostalgia. On our first layer, select full off for the green and blue channels. Now our text is just red because we're only using the red channel. We'll do the same for the other 2 layers by turning off red and blue for the green layer. And then you guessed it, we're gonna turn off red and green for the blue layer, the blue channel. So let's select these layers and change their blending modes to add. Now finally, we're getting to the good part. If you agree with me at the end of this that this looks fire, then why not subscribe? Simply select the layers, and now we can shift the individual layers up and down the timeline. You get some funky color combos, moving them up and down in time. Moving by just a frame here or there can completely change the look. So let's shift all 3 of these layers by 3 frames in time, all stacked up. It looks something like this. And I mean, that looks pretty awesome already. You could just hit export, but to add some finishing touches, I'm gonna add a bunch of stuff. So let's Scroll around some of the colors using hue saturation. Just take a bit of the edge off that yellow and change the blue a little bit. We're going to desaturate it a tad using the master control. Let's apply some blur. I'm going to apply some blur just vertically and then separately horizontally. Then we'll sharpen it again, which sounds counterintuitive, but it just gives you some weird artifacting. And then we're going to add some glow. I'm using deep glow, which isn't an After Effects internal effect, but it's amazing. And then chuck on some 35mm or 16mm stock for good measure. With the hue saturation effect, you can actually completely change the look by scrolling the master hue around. Like this, for example, this is looking awesome here. I'll teach you After Effects for free. All you have to do is hit subscribe, maybe hit the bell icon so you don't miss my next video, and I love you.